Happy Friday. What's good, guys? What's good? Happy Friday. It's May 15th. Look, we started this account from $337.81, right? So that's what we started yesterday, pre-market actually. Loaded this account Wednesday night. So really I just finished my second day trading on this account, right? So this is the current balance after today's profit. You know what's funny, right? I actually full ported this account. I'm looking at it right now. Um, I only had $92 in until this account was blown after taking this account. I mean, taking this trade. So, yes, I straight up just full ported this trade. Now, you're gonna, obviously, for those who can do the math and those who actually have been around, and I'm not, even if you don't know what this number means with this lot size, I'm here to break it down and to keep everything simple as possible, right? So I trade support and resistance. Yes, I have been trading officially for 9.5 years, 5 years for companies, or maybe almost 6 years, but 5 years for sure. Um, this says 3.00. I took a sell on Dow Jones US 30 from my broker, right? Trading CFDs on the Forex brokers. Traded at actually I took the sell at 632, right? So it was a pretty, and I'm not really aware of the time did I close a position. However, I just wanted to see a drop. So this is $3 per point, three lots, $3 per point, right? Just that I didn't really get a lot of points. I got probably 26 points to be exact, right? So took a sell at 49,717, took profit at 49,693. Actually, that's where I really didn't want to see it get higher. Actually, I thought I closed a little bit lower. I thought I closed at $90. At one point, I was up 126. So, I kind of almost got closed out for 50% of the position. That's when I was like, I didn't want to risk it, right? I didn't want to. At one point, she kind of looked like she was gonna come all the way back up to entry, and that's exactly the worst type of traders out there. I don't care who says what. If you're already up even $5 in profit, and maybe $5 is not much, but even if you're up 10, 5, 10, 15, $20, you have to, and kind of depending on how much of a percentage that profit is to your account, you have to come to fruition with closing out in profit. To some accounts, if that's 5, 6, 10% of profit uh, of your account balance, take profit. Just close the trade. Or if you know you can let it be a runner, but at the same time you shouldn't risk it, right? If you're already up 5% on the day or just off of that one single trade, you shouldn't want to risk it. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh, break even is fine, this and that." I much rather re-enter even after making $2 in profit. And I mean it, I really do. And I've been carrying that mental for a few years now, and it's been doing me well because worst case scenario, I'm up literally like 3, 5. Actually, I never really adjust my stop loss until I'm like past the 10 to 12 points of a mark. So realistically speaking, for me, I'm already up at least 25, $30 no matter what, right? So um, I didn't want to see it come back down to, being basically $126 in profit at one point, which I believe was peak. Um, I didn't want to see it. I started retracing. I didn't want to see it get any lower. I didn't want to get closed out for $30 in profit. Definitely, hell no. Anyways, so this is what the account stands on currently, right? This is what we ended day two with. Now day three is gonna be Monday, and I'm for real gonna start off with taking three lots, right? Because at the end of the day, the $72, the profit I made today, it's a buffer in addition to the buffer I already had for today. So I had $92 of a buffer, which is literally nothing. Because then with this lot size, if I got on the wrong side of the trade, how much I made profit would have literally costed me almost $20 from blowing this account. So when you think about it in that type of perspective, you're like, oh my god, you're gutsy, right? And but I'm not gonna bullshit anybody. You look at my YouTube channel, you look at all my other videos. This is nothing. I could straight up go Monday start off with 4 lots. If I do start off with 4 lots, which I'm not, if I do start off with 4 lots, I only have literally 14 points. 14 times 4 would be 64. Actually, it'd be 16 points. I would have only 16 points to draw down till this account is automatically closed by the broker. In other words, full 460. It probably closed me at $1 or $2 because it's never gonna let it run till the account is at complete dead zero. So I would probably only have. I mean, I would get fucked up after 16 points, give or take. But if I'm gonna stick to 3 lots, I would have a lot more of a buffer, right? So think of it. This morning when I took $93, I mean, sorry, when I took 3 lots, I had $93 of a buffer plus now 70, say $70. So now Monday I have $160 of a buffer of a margin before the account is blown. Which no matter what, if you do 160 divided by 3, you just think about it. How much of a free margin do I have? How much equity do I have before the account is blown? It's a lot more, and with at least a considerate and a decent and standard stop loss, I do have enough space to run some space. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, let's get on the bigger time frames, the bigger charts. Now, you can't really see this, and she wicked again. Now, this week has been, honestly, it's been a really good May. It's been a great month. Now, the only reason why I'm starting account flip right now is because, first of all, I already made my money for like the next 2-3 months for how I live. Yes, okay, maybe even more, to each their own. But I've been going on vacations and spending a lot of money lately. So, anyways, to each their own. I pre-market. Let's just completely just start off on an empty chart, right? So for all those that know how I like my charts, we trade support and resistance. Came down, came up, came down, came up, came down, came up, came down, came all the way back up, came down. So I know this thing's gonna come up, but I wanted to basically see it hold resistance, resistance, resistance. So I wanted to see resistance, resistance. I mean, sorry, support, 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 resistance, resistance, right? So I really wanted to basically see it hold this little level. I really wanted, and actually it's not even that thick. It should be a lot thinner, as a matter of fact. Yeah, like right there. I wanted to literally see it hold the zone. So pre-market, I wanted to see it climb back up. But then at literally market opening, New York market opening, I wanted to see her wick it and came down. But this is a great video to understand when you are incorrect, right? When your bias is off, like my bias. Now, I'm not gonna say I'm off, because at the end of the day, I did read it correctly that she was gonna sell off. Not exactly. Not that it sold off as nearly as what I was expecting for it to do, but I wanted to see it come down and just dump, which it did. It still climbed up. It's just that it seemed like we were holding this area, right? So, gonna just show you guys what happened, and just gonna show you guys in a 1 minute time frame too, that this, yeah, it was this candle right here. This candle right here basically wicked, and we just immediately tanked, right? So, we're at a standstill. When you're at a standstill, it makes you really wonder, okay, well, what are we doing? Now, I saw multiple times that we're basically holding this area, but that's such a weird, looking to the left, yeah, I can see that it's potentially resistance, 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 support, 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 resistance. And I guess we're making resistance again. So it's one of those awkward trades, but I knew that if we get below basically right here, I was like, we're just gonna dump it, right? So, it didn't come nearly as where I wanted it to. You just got to keep it a buck, right? Got to keep it straightforward, but it didn't. But when she was already dumping and basically seemed like we were wicking, and we were at a standstill over here for 3 minutes. So when you see that, And when you see that we're already coming down here, you just have one thing, just trust your gut. And if you want to scalp it, right, you can't really say that you want to hold this all the way to go south, because what if she comes back up to retest this, right? So a lot of ifs in trading, and you got to trade what you know. You react to what you know, right? Or at least what you think you know. You don't predict. A lot of people try to come in here to try to predict, but at the same time, I'd rather be rich rather than being bright. A lot of that just means how I mentally hardwired my brain, myself. My psychology is different than other people. A lot of people will be like, they want to come in and they think getting day trading is get a rich quick type of scheme, right? Now, I'm not that type of trader. I don't want to. I mean, I would love to make 100 points every day, or $100 every day, or $1,000 or $1,000,000 every day. I mean, to each their own. Just add zeros, right, at the end of the number. But I don't think in at least here that's ideal. It's not. So I saw that we were already basically dumping here. It was kind of happening fast, so I just entered. I wanted to basically see it break this. Um, Basically make new lows. She was being very hesitant, and I think when we were, and let me just clear this up, guys, so it's a little bit easier for you to see, right? When we were basically right here at this wick, I was up $126, and then she started retracing a little bit. She just came up to like right here, so my stop loss would have got hit either way. I manually closed the trade. In other words, I closed out literally for that much. It sucks. I mean, I literally cut my position half. I took profit of 50% of what I was up at. Now that's, if you work for a company, if you have few offenses of that in the same week, not in the same one, but just in the same week, like 3 of those, you get a write up, right? If I mean, worst case scenario, you get a write up, or you get like a nasty talk from your higher ups, or the management team. So that, knowing how stuff usually go for me, this, and I know very well this could have been very mentally beating, and it is a little bit, to be honest. But that's all I want to say for this YouTube video. That's a solid recap of what had happened today. Nas, on the other hand, I personally really wanted to see this thing. Excuse me, guys. I personally really wanted to see this thing being bearish. Same exact reason. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up. I mean, I'm switching it. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Try to come up, down, up, down. So I want to see it come back up. Ideally, I wanted to see it hold. Ideally, I wanted to see it hold over here, actually. This is where I was saying, look to the left. It seems like, we were holding over here, right? Look to the left. Seems like we're holding here, right? Seems like we're holding here. Holding all the way here. So that was my goal. Man, it's been a long day, guys. My apologies. It's my last day in the office here before I officially can, until further notice, retire. So, and I'm just 25, fresh 25 actually. So, really wanted to see it basically dump here, but I would still be looking at market opening. What would it do? Now, if we couldn't break it down there, I basically want to see what we could do. Right, looking to the left, right? Looking to the left. Now, I really want to see basically what we can do right there from that wick. Where's that wick? From that wick, right? Now, let's see what happens. Sure enough, she just dumped it. But fair enough, she came back up. And when you see a wick like that from the double tops, you're like, you know what? I just want to jump in, right? You want to see a little rejection. When you see the rejection, dump in, right? So it, US 30, NAS, either way, this month has been phenomenal, really. I'm sitting so damn good on profits. It's one of my best months ever, straight up. January potentially being last December and this previous January have been by far my top two best months, and then I think May is on track to be my third best month, if not already. So I still have to do my journaling. I'm literally screenshots uh, on my journal. That's all I've really put. I still have to enter all the inputs and everything, and that's gonna get a little bit messy. Stacked up a lot of work, but that's all I want to talk about, guys. Now here, if you guys, it's funny. I got a shit ton of people. I got almost 20 people, and even more, but 20 people who joined in here, and then probably another 10 people, 15 people asking me all these questions. Just come in. This is my inner space, right? This is where I talk about stuff. As you can see, this is limited. This is, it has a lock over here. This chat is limited, right? Now, here's the thing. It even says it limited, because these are the people that I share all my inner sauce with, my inner I don't want to say inner trading. I hate the term, but my experience worth of education. So nobody else can really give these type of stuff. A lot of people, I don't care who says what, but if you're learning from somebody who has never um, been an investor, who has never traded penny stocks, or who has never traded options, even though I suck at options, but in my work I had to adapt to that career just to actually make a living for myself, my family, my brother, and to take care of my college bills. um um you know don't look up to people. Just don't look up to people who day trade futures and forex. Look up to people who actually know what they're doing, and who have the experience, and who actually who have reasoning on legit strats. Kind of like I was just talking to this one person over here. Um, where was it? I believe I also pinned this guy's message. Yeah, it was right here. Yeah, it was, and he was like, I was like, I trade support and resistance, and now I lost it again. I told this guy I was trading support and resistance. Usually any guru furu on social media try to create their own strat, and then eventually fail and give up on trading. Now, I wanted to copy a strategy, right, that has been around for at least a few hundred years, 100 years, basically whenever the stock markets were created, because that way I can trade for another 100 years, just do whatever that they've been doing. But all I had to do with the strategy, I just had to incorporate the strategy with how I'm able to read candles and with the timing of things. That way I tuned it to my liking. Right now, this is very true in entrepreneurship. You copy things that have worked well with basically thousands and millions of people before you that have done it. Just copy them who have done it successfully. Step away from the past that have not and are not doing it successfully, right? Because there's right ways to do it, and there's wrong ways to do it. Now, a lot of people want to kind of poison you, and that's what futures and really the whole US side of trading does to one. It's all fake, right? Just like our education. It doesn't teach you how to manage money. It teaches you how to make money, and honestly how to blow it even faster. That's what the US education's all about. That's what the US consumer chain is all about. Make your money, but you have credit cards. Go enjoy your day. Go enjoy your night. It's Friday. Pa, mommy, mama, you worked your ass off the whole week, Monday through Thursday to Friday, Friday night. Come on, chingate. Let's have 10 drinks. You wanna get fucked up? You wanna have a five, six, $700 bill just for an hour worth of fun? So that's the propaganda, and exactly that's the same word we're using here, propaganda. That's what is really just spread about within the US, right? So I remember when to court just because of a fucking false propaganda, false schedule, false promises on a broker, and luckily I was able to get some of my lawsuit waived, more so resolving in a settlement. But at the same time, it's just fake. How do you say that we have an account protection, but then you ran my account to negative 3,200? Again, U.S. broker guys, right? U.S. brokers. So, a lot of people say that putting your social security, this and that. Yeah, good job. You put your social security on a broker. Now you legally and federally can serve time if you don't pay your taxes. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want to pay taxes for one like anybody else, and I will find my ways to avoid taxes as much as I can, and which I have been. So, look, that's it, right? This guy, like, learned something from this guy, right? then my whole mindset, and he's a new guy, right? My whole mindset coming into trading, just extremely overwhelmed by the new media. I said to myself, dude, Wall Streets have been doing the same thing for years. That's so true. People who are who've been trading literally thousands, hundreds, thousands of years, whoever knows how old the stock market is, are, whatever, but they just pick up on the old heads, right? Kid you not, my mentors, the people that I interned for, were 50, 60, 70 years old. I've been learning from old heads. Shoot, the person who actually got me on Forex was already in his late 30s. You think if I ask any one of those guys a fair vagina gap, a fair value gap, you think they would know what any of that means? Talk about FVG, and they probably would think it's some sex style. So, um, a lot of people just try to pick new things. They try to create new wheels. It's just so dumb, and that's why everybody just genuinely in the futures industry just fails, and the results in scamming traders and making all these fake bullshit YouTube accounts and all that. Also being stubborn and being stupid. I hate using the word so loosely, but you're not gonna make it, bro. I really, really hope everybody deserves that payout, gets those withdrawals, issues those withdrawals as often and to the godspeed that they can. But you need to start off on the right path and stay on the right path. Don't hop around. So this ain't Easter, all right? So have a great, amazing weekend. It's Friday. I have a vacation. I got a flight in a few hours, so I gotta get out this damn office and start my packing. Meet up with my friends to coordinate and then shoot off to the airport together. So, as always, have an amazing weekend. Post the pictures over here and anywhere in the chat, the cool pics, lifestyle, cars, whatever. This is not just trading. It's more than trading. We're over here as a family, as a close group of friends. So peace, love, and cheers. Thank you so much.